I let my son keep his imaginary friend until he was 9. Last month, his teacher pulled me aside after pickup and handed me a drawing that explained 6 years of my life. His name was Mr. Pockets. Eli had been talking about him since he was 4. Set a fork for him at dinner, saved half a cookie under his pillow. The pediatrician said imaginary friends fade by 7. Mr. Pockets didn't fade. He just got quieter. Eli's teacher said the class drew a person who lived in their house. Most kids drew their parents. Eli drew 4 people. Me, my wife Rachel, himself, and a man sitting on the kitchen floor with his back against the cabinets. Bearded, glasses, blue work shirt with a patch on the pocket. Underneath, Eli had written, Mr. Pockets. He lives behind the dryer. The teacher asked if anyone had ever lived in our house before us. I said we bought it 6 years ago from an older woman. She'd moved into assisted living alone. We never met her husband. We didn't ask. She handed me a second page. Eli's story. 3 sentences. Mr. Pockets is sad because his wife left him here. He waited for her to come back, but she never did. He says he doesn't mind that we live here. He just likes when somebody saves him a cookie. I drove home with my hands locked on the wheel. I asked Rachel that night, careful, if she'd ever felt anything off about the house. She went still. She said she'd thought about telling me 100 times. Our 3rd week in, she'd come downstairs at 2 a.m. for water and seen a man sitting on the kitchen floor. Beard, glasses, blue shirt. He didn't look at her. He was just sitting there with his knees up. She blinked and he was gone. She said she'd convinced herself it was a dream because she didn't know how to tell a husband something like that without sounding crazy. I asked her why she was telling me now. She said because last week, while she was washing dishes, she'd whispered out loud, alone in the kitchen, that she was sorry nobody had been there with him at the end. I went to Eli's room. He was building Legos. I sat on the floor and asked him, gentle as I could, to tell me about Mr. Pockets. He said, I'm not supposed to talk about him. He said it makes you sad. I asked who said that. Mr. Pockets. He heard Mommy say sorry to him last week. He felt bad she was sad. He said don't tell Daddy because Daddy will be sad too. I didn't sleep that night. The next morning I called the woman who'd sold us the house. Her daughter answered. I told her my name and said I had a strange question. I asked if her father had passed in the house. Then she said, why are you asking me this? I told her about the drawing. She started crying. She said her father had been alone in the kitchen for almost 2 days before anyone found him. She said her mother had never forgiven herself for being away that weekend. She asked me what he was wearing in the picture. I told her. Blue work shirt, patch on the pocket. She said he was a mechanic. The patch said Frank, but the kids on the block didn't call him Frank. He used to hand them gum and quarters out of his shirt. She said they all called him Mr. Pockets. We didn't move. Eli still sets a fork sometimes. We still leave a cookie out. Last week, his teacher called me again. New drawing, same kitchen. But this time there was a woman next to Mr. Pockets, sitting on the floor beside him, holding his hand. Eli had labeled her Mr. Pockets' wife. She finally came. I called the daughter back. I asked her when her mother had finally come home. She said 3 weeks ago.